and all the teams are getting prepped in the pits. If you saw us yesterday, in the morning and the afternoon, you saw some amazing racing, I'm sure. Some of these teams now have got a bit between the teeth, and they know the course well, so they'll be going through it this season, this course even. And you can see Winston coming out first of all in the brown. Choose your favourite team, ladies and gentlemen. In the pink, we have Just Wing It, Annette. And Just Drag coming back behind her on the green and the brown horse, and Send It Siblings in the red and black on Twiggy. So they'll be going up around the top end there, and you can see that we have some teams in the pits as well, and they'll be coming out. We have advanced teams and elite teams, some of the best teams in Europe racing today. So hopefully you see a bright treat. Choose your favourite teams, get behind each one. They like to cheer along with these teams,
into the audience, not into us.
Don't be shy.
Yeah, so ladies and gentlemen, you've got a long noisy show ahead of you. You may as well start as you mean to go on with a big round of applause for all the teams of horseboarding in the UK.
And ask again, you won't increase volume.
So we've got two classes racing here today, ladies and gentlemen. The first is the elite teams, but there is some interesting activity in the second category, which is the advanced. All the gear and no idea who are here today, checking out in the pits, and Just Drag are currently leading the championship with 60 points each as we open the racing today here in Yorkshire. And those points have been accrued over the last two events. And now these teams find themselves in a neck-and-neck battle. Send It Siblings currently have 19 points this weekend and 19 points in the championships. This is their first competition with us, but they did make a very good demonstration of themselves yesterday, good counting of themselves.
Yeah, they were looking great for their first competition. It's, made amazing strides really, smooth and controlled, and that's what these teams have to, they have to combine the speed with the control, so there's no point in just going flat out. You have to keep your border. They've got 3 rotations here, and this is Winston now.
Yeah, so Charlie Buss on the horse. Board rider is Guinness World Record holder Aidan Beamish. He has a world record for the longest jump whilst being towed by a horse. It's nearly 10 metres, and it's an official record, ladies. It is in the history books. Now, in the opening race, let's see how they attack this track. We're into a manual time, speed trap at 21 miles an hour into turn 1, and it looks like they're just gradually building up. I don't think they want to do too much, do they?
No, this is a new horse for this team, so they'll be trying to build up their speed slowly, their time slowly. Orangi Boom is a lovely horse, an Irish sports horse, 16-2, as they approach the weave.
Yeah, Orangi fighting the bridle there as they approach that and launching out of the weave there. Charlie was obviously realising that maybe there's a little bit of calming that needs to go on with this pony as she's getting maybe a bit excited.
It's the first time they've approached the weave from that angle, Dan. Charlie was talking about it backstage, about maybe sort of
split time.
Split time is
no split time.
Yeah, a great line from Aidan into the chicane here. And Charlie's looking very controlled with Orangi Boom. But as I was saying, she's been working backstage with this horse, and it's looking really good.
Yeah, Orangi, and this is like a very considered run. It's a steady, fast run, as I would call it. Very traditional for the opening lap. I do think Bruco Corner is a very tricky turn to do at speed. I think we might see a couple of borders falling down there. But as we go through the finish line, ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for Winston making the opening salvo. Oh, and I'm being told an early release.
No.
Oh my word. That can't be a mistake. Like Charlie Buss, 8 times national champion, just released before the finish line. That's what the officials are saying.
65.10 would have been.
So it would have been a 65.10, I'm being told. But unfortunately, because the handle was released from the saddle or the horse rider, before they've crossed the finish line, then no time stands. The rules are that you must have horse rider and board rider attached by the harness at the point that they cross the start line and the finish line. If it doesn't happen at the start line, the race is deemed not to have started. If it doesn't happen at the finish line, the race is deemed not to have finished.
Yeah, there's all the gear and idea out there now, 50 miles per hour into Bruco Bend. Nick on the board and Lee on the horse, and this team are having loads of fun this weekend because they're actually racing some of the teams around them in advance, and you have Just Drag pushing them all the way, and of course sending siblings that have joined them, so there's a really nice little mini lead going on here, and I know these guys are really enjoying it as they hit the chicane. They're looking really smooth. It's having to work a bit, but I've seen them go a bit faster yesterday, and definitely sort of towards the afternoon, so maybe they're just getting a handle on this early course.
I think to be honest, it's a big course for this pony. You know, he's traditional gypsy cob, not necessarily known for long distances at high speeds, but making a great credit for himself, accounting of himself, and going for the finish line. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for All the Gear No Idea with a 66.76. Now, the sharper on Juno Boots is there, that horse ran a different course than the first one. That's because the horse that just ran was an advanced horse, as is the next one. They are the advanced teams that do a shorter course, just a figure of 8, with the chicane involved as well. The elites also do the 3-cone weave in the centre. And because of the categories, they start novice, intermediate, advanced and elite, the categories are designed to, gently educate the horse and the team by making, and it becomes more and more technical higher up the ranking that you go. Now this is a team very interesting. This team for the weekend are currently in a battle with the team of Sendit siblings, who I think I've just dragged on 1 point behind Sendit siblings. So Sendit siblings have got 20. No, I can't say that because it's trying to work it out right now. Sorry, that's the results. I need to get the first rotation of races and then I'll know exactly what the points are. Sorry, I can see them both looking at me like, what points have we got? You're neck and neck for now, okay? Once we get the first rotation of races through, we'll be able to, the computer will be able to properly work out who's doing what. But this team did fight with Sendit siblings yesterday. They raced quite well together. It was in the second heat this team that got the lead by a point of a second, I believe. So Sendit siblings will be watching very closely at how this team's working.
Yeah, they had slight trouble with their first run, and then worked the pony ever since, and have now gotten to the stage where their first runs are sort of stalling runs, as we call it, and which is really good. Keep the pony on farm, and then try and push on the times in the second and third rotations. And, I mean, they're looking really good. I feel like Emily's now got a handle on making sure that the horse knows its job, knows the course, and feeling nice and calm. And,
yeah, I think you can see as well the horse is more relaxed than it's been. It's getting more and more chilled out in the arena, and this is a lot of what developing this horse's skill set is. They're going to be able to put up with all the external environmental factors. But let's have a round of applause for Just Drag there with a completed run at 78.16, which puts them in second place behind All the Gear No Idea. All the Gear No Idea currently 11.4 seconds ahead of Just Drag. But Just Drag, that wasn't a race time they just put down, that was make sure my horse is okay.
Yeah, that's like as we said, a schooling run, so they're just making sure that they can go for it later on, basically, and that's a great idea from that team.
So now we have the team of Top and Tails. Top and Tails, we got the table please. Top and Tails are Winston not recorded time. Oh, of course, yeah. Sorry, yeah. So Top and Tails have been now third in the championship, I believe. They were second in the championship until yesterday. They've been making a good account of themselves at the top of the leaderboard. And it looks as like they're going to let the pony run on. They're going for a fast run, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be 26 miles an hour into that turn. That is the speed that pony loves to run at now. And it's worth watching because this little pony, she doesn't know she's little, ladies and gentlemen. She thinks she's 17 hands and always wanted to be a racehorse. So don't tell us, we go for the 3-cone weave. Horse one side, board right to the side. Smooth.
Yeah, I mean this team is one of the best of the weeks, and that's a slow one for them, so they are definitely building up this weekend. This is a fast one, but I still think they can go faster than this, and that's how good this team is. You can see Ryan Roberts working, going a little bit wide there, coming up the rope, holding onto it so that he can sit into his heel movement. It's a great, lovely line for them as well.
It was 39 seconds on the split. A lot of work there from the horse rider on the right hand rein, and then ducking off the pole on the left hand rein. Again, a lot of work on the inside rein from the horse rider to bring the pony over. She needs to drive the horse off that corner. She hasn't done it on that occasion. 17 miles an hour. The throttle's open, ladies and gentlemen. It's time to call them home. Here we go. It's top and tails all the way for the finish line, and with a time of 69.27. Let's have a big round of applause for the team of Top and Tails. We're going to first place. I don't know how much they're going to run because they did throw a shoe yesterday, didn't they?
Yes, and I think that's obviously why you can see Amy sort of holding Indy back a little bit, and I think they'll probably do that one, maybe one more, maybe they'll pull, but yeah, as they're missing one shoe, it's a slight issue with going full speed, but that's a really good run for them anyway, because that's a still competitive run. To do that with 3 shoes is fantastic.
So currently in the, so they go into first place with the elites, and they currently hold the bonus point at the end of the table. Now we're bringing the team of Send It siblings, second day with us at Horseboarding UK, and they raced really well yesterday, so smooth, 13 miles an hour. It's brother and sister, and the horse, what did you say the horse's name was? It's Twiggy Stardust. Twiggy Stardust is the horse. So they're having a great time so far, and it was good to see them we put under a little bit of pressure yesterday, and for them to fight back against it in just the right amount. 29 seconds on the split for this advanced team. See the board rider working into that corner that he kind of overturned just briefly, didn't he?
Yeah, you can see him sort of working out his lines and working out basically his board, and I mean all they need is time when doing these sort of races, and they're going to be picking up so many skills, and you can see this board has really got something about him already. He's working the rope, which is also obviously another thing.
Tricky turn now, he's on the outside, he's going to work hard. Horse rider did a great job there to save him. She pushed out to the outside of the turn to keep it behind. He nearly got basically left behind the turn and then catapulted out, but he managed it through the finish line. A round of applause for Send It siblings with a 71.28, which means, let's see the table. Send It siblings go into second place. They are 4.52 seconds behind All the Gear, No Idea, who are currently in first place and holding the bonus point within that category. So, I mean, you'd expect Just Drag and Send It siblings to build up the pace and probably a little bit more. They've probably got more tank in the gas than All the Gear have. Now, it looks as though Just Wing It are coming out. And you know when you see a team just walk out into the field and you think, uh-oh.
Every time Just Wing It come out, Dan.
These are, ladies and gentlemen, the wild card of the group. You can never tell what they're going to do. They're capable of 33 miles an hour. See the board rider setting himself. He knows that throttle is going to get released. The handbrake is going to get taken off the pony, and the pony will fire off on the opening line, and they are away, building the pace up into 25 miles an hour into that turn. The length of the stride continuing to stretch as they make the way, quick and even now. It's a stretch and a half around that side there. Now they've got to get on the brakes. They need to shorten the stride down. They've got to make a sharp right-hand turn, get on the right line for the 3-cone weave. Horse one side, board rider the other side. Bit wide off the horse there.
Oh, they managed it down. That's lovely from Sandy as well, keeping it very cute and clean around those cones. There's a big pull around there. He's managed to take it in the core, and they're going to go into the diagonal now, and the line is perfect from Sandy. Slightly wide, but coming in behind the horse now to tuck in split time.
40 seconds on the split. Massive bit of work there from the board rider. Massive power sliding again. He's got to scrub that speed off and prevent the centrifugal force from throwing him into the crowd. He's skidding that board around that corner beautifully. Throttle up on the pony again. Now this is a tricky corner. They've got to ride off the pole. They haven't done it. The board rider's going to get pushed to the outside. You can see the pressure building up in the handle. He's just decided to ride it out. Full throttle, full stretch, full finish line. Ladies and gentlemen, let's have a round of applause for the team of Just Wing It, who did it in 67.72. which puts them into first place, and they take the bonus point off top and tail.
They deserve it down after that. What a run from that team. They are showing every other team there what they can do.
That was a very good run. That wasn't even just a good, quick run. It was smooth, it was considered, there was controlled speed, there was control angles. They got the weave a little bit wrong and lost a little bit of time there.
Yeah,
but the rest of the run was very, very, very good.
It felt like a third rotation run down, and that's what you're going to see from some of these teams as they hit their third runs. But Just Wing It are already doing it, and that's what, with that team, you just never know what they're going to do.
As you also, what you can see there is there was so much smoother. If they can contain that smoothness at the top end of that pony, they are going to be very blisteringly fast. A lot like this horse is coming out now. This is the team of Blues and Twos. Horses Sally Optimistical, and these guys won a heat yesterday. They won 2 heats yesterday, one of which with a bonus point. Now, the bonus point, ladies and gentlemen, is if you get the fastest time in the first rotation and nobody beats it. We'll explain more about that. You get 11 points instead of 10.
25 miles per hour.
Yeah, 25 miles an hour, and you can see the way this horse runs. Very similar to Scimitarra, but also it's a little bit smoother, faster through that section, I would have said, just at least through the quarter flex gate. Now coming off the throttle, smooth deceleration, that's what we want to see. A little bit of fighting in the bridle, into the weave. Horse one side, that was smoother, that was slicker than Just Wing It. Let's be fair, good bit of work there. Right hand side, now they're going to quarter the arena, opening up the board rider, getting that little bit of low and kicking the sand out, just riding that wave of energy coming back from the horse. Into the split time, 38 seconds on the split and moving into the chicane, the board rider digging in on his heels.
Oh, top and round.
Oh, a little bit of a flip there. Now what's he going to do on this exit? He's tight on the horse. That means he's going, oh, he's very close on that pony. He can't see what's going on in front of him. Now they go throttling up. Now, can they get this corner right? They've gone wider. 18 miles an hour. That's how you do that corner. Throttling up, throttling up, throttling up. Call them home, ladies and gentlemen. They want to take that bonus point. Oh my word. Everybody watch out, because this horse is moving so fast.
66-12. That is... What a run from that team, Blues and Twos, ladies and gentlemen.
66-12 means Blues and Twos go into first place, and now they hold the bonus point, ladies and gentlemen.
So that is how you do it. That is what you need to do. You need to outclass these teams, knock them down every time, get in their heads, and take the bonus point as well, which is a massive part of this.
So we check Sally, please. Check Sally, and you're a bit worried.
So now we have the team of Chill Winston. It's the second rotation. Now, Blues and Twos hold that bonus point. They have to be beaten to lose that bonus point. And these are the team that's going to try and do it. Up to the opening corner at 25 miles an hour and accelerating. Jump from 22 to 25. Now making their way around the outside again. It's another big racehorse with a rangy stride. Funny flying change there.
Yeah, she often gets sort of a bit out of shape on the left to right. Oh, the horse gets a hit on the first cone, so that's a 1 second jump, but they'll still push on from that, I think, because it's only 1 second down.
Yeah, sorry, for a moment there I thought she was riding Chill Winston, the ex-racehorse. This horse is not an ex-racehorse.
No, an Irish sports horse, 62, is Randy Boone, absolutely rocking it for a first one.
41 seconds on the split, so 3 seconds behind what Blues and Twos just did it there, so they're feeling pretty confident at the moment. But as we said, this horse is a new horse to this. This is his first weekend in the big field, in the big game, in the big arena. Now moving up into the speed trap at 15 miles an hour, a lot slower. You can see the line was way too tight on the cone, I thought, but they're making their way for the finish line. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for Chill Winston with a time of 72.65. That puts them into fourth place. There's also a touch, so it's 73.65. I'm seeing that top and tails have retired, so that shoe issue probably they just want to do as little as possible, keep them ticking over points, and maybe when she gets that shoe back, she will be able to pick up the pace again. But now we have the team of the other one.
Before we get an idea, Dan, we're speaking to these guys backstage, and they're part of the family, loving life out there. They've got some racing to do this weekend as they go out a little bit faster. They've got to just drag and send in siblings to race against. And 15 miles per hour into Bruco Bend. Nick looking very comfortable and at the moment looking very smooth around the top end there. I think Nick's starting to learn to relax on some of the corners. He's often a bit, sorry, on the straights even, but he's doing well.
Yeah, I just want to talk a little bit about the stats, what's going on here. Into the split time at 25 miles an hour. So this team now in the advanced class, as it stands, is neck and neck with Sended Siblings over the weekend. Both teams have 28 points if the racing finished right now. That is with All the Gear No Idea leading this particular heat and Sended Siblings currently in second place. So if Sended Siblings can take first place, they will be 1 point ahead. And Just Drag are on 26 points. So not a lot between these three teams now so far this weekend. And making their way now for this final turn. 58 seconds on the split. Ladies and gentlemen, let's call this pony, encourage this pony over the finish line. What a great run they've been having. And through with a time of 66.06 in the advanced class is a faster time again. They've improved their time by 0.7 of a second. Now means Sended Siblings are 5.22 seconds behind All the Gear No Idea. That is a great tactical defensive run.
It is. They managed to actually add a bit on top of that. So Just Drag now have got to come out and obviously their first run was a stalling run. Let's see, they're going to have to just push on slightly. I don't think they'll go too mad, but they might have enough just to beat All the Gear No Idea.
Yeah, they're currently 12 seconds behind the leaders who are All the Gear No Idea. That's quite a big increase in pace. I mean, it's going to be interesting because, of course, they are focused on making sure this is a development team, and that this team is there to develop that pony. Their first priority is develop this team and develop this horse and get it ready to race in the elite. And these are, you know, the development team of the Just Wing It camp.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, they're thinking about the big picture. They're trying to get this pony ready to race regularly and at good levels. So they don't want to push her on too quickly. I'm sure they're looking very comfortable on the board there as they hit the split, which is about 27, I think. And I mean, Emily's riding a lovely line there with this horse, and they're looking very smooth. So it could be quite close.
I would very a bit of a slip there on the back shoes. I'm very interested in that. They seem smoother and more relaxed with every stride.
Yeah.
We're going to be careful with that slip. I'm sure the Scrutineers will have a quick look at
back shoes on.
So we are being told it doesn't have back shoes on. Going for the finish line with a time of 63.63. Good run for them, and it puts them into first place, ladies and gentlemen, with a time of 63. So, interesting though, because the horse slipped there. Now, there is a rule regarding the horses not having back shoes on, or having shoes, that they can be penalised a lot quicker if they slip. So if you're wearing studs and shoes and you slip, there's no penalisation. But if you're wearing shoes without shoes, if the horse, the officials feel that it's getting too slippy for you not to have shoes on, then they can. Okay, so Sended Siblings now currently sitting in third place. They are 5.22 seconds behind All the Gear, which is the team that are currently in the battle with. So Just Drag have just gone and taken first place, and they've got 28 points now in the championship for this weekend. So Sended Siblings have now been knocked down into third place with second place with 27 over the weekend, and they are 7 seconds behind the leaders. That's complicated, I'll tell you to
Sended Siblings here looking great as they're going to Bruco Bend, already putting on a bit more pace, 70 miles per hour, not 70 miles per hour into that corner, but certainly looked it. And I mean, just on the back there, already crouching down, taking those corners. So it's a quite wide line there now, putting into the diagonal, but gradually getting back on the line and looking smooth.
Split time of 25 seconds, so this is good, this is up there. We could end up with a real fight breaking out between these couple of advanced teams. Yeah, supporting your friend. This is a brother and sister team. A little bit of a slip there. That was the kind of things that we were warning about. We said about heel taps. It's movements like that at high speed that can cause quite bad crashes. We managed to ride it out on this occasion. 13 miles an hour. A little bit there behind the turn, and he's down. And release And a good release. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for the team of Sendit's siblings there. That's the kind of release we like to see, very quick. Although the handle did swing quite a bit forward. But great bit of work there. They're learning so much. They learned a lot in that run.
Yeah, I do feel like that pony sort of wants to go a little bit as well, and that's sort of what maybe the up and down in the speed is pulling Josh a bit up and down. But coming out those corners, there's a lovely bit of acceleration, and Josh is going to have to sort of take that and handle that as he comes around and gets set. But then, I mean, that's all positive stuff, and basically shows the potential of that team.
Absolutely, I think what he made there was a classic error, really, for a team of that level. He's got that much experience. They took that corner, and in the way he positioned himself, he wasn't ready for the horse to turn back on himself. Yeah. He needed to swung wider out, away from the gate, then cut back into the gate to follow the horse around and try and get him back on that.
Yeah, I noticed the same out the chicane here as well, where he had a slight wobble. It was the full acceleration. He just wasn't quite ready for it, but that's all part of the learning process.
Yeah, so here we have, so this is the elites. This is the team of Just Wing It. Currently sitting in second, 1.6 seconds behind first place, which is Blues and Twos, who currently have the bonus point. The bonus point basically is if you can win the competition or the heat of the...
The tactical run.
What are Just Wing It doing? They're in second place.
Maybe the same as yesterday, Dan, which is strange because that didn't actually work out, did it?
Maybe actually stopped trying to put the horse.
Maybe they're doing a bit of yeah, so they are withdrawing, ladies and gentlemen, that's what they're doing. And what they've decided to do there is their tactic, which...
Do you know what they've done, Dan? Is
they're about saving the
they're
horse.
unpredictable in racing, and now they're unpredictable in their tactics.
Yeah. Trying to actually work out why they've done that. Yeah, trying to work out quite why they've done that. So Blues and Twos, the thing is though, now Blues and Twos, so there's a chess game going on now, ladies and gentlemen, between the teams. What Blues and Winston, Just Wing It have just done is basically said, I don't think Winston can catch us, we're not going to run our horse, we're going to retire a run. This team has the bonus point, which means that they don't want to beat themselves either, so they're withdrawing from the competition.
This is dirty.
So this is a tactical game that's being played between these teams to be like, okay, now what the difficulty is, the unknown, what they don't know is what Winston are going to do. Now if Winston come out here and put a big fast race down and take one of these positions off these two teams, all of a sudden for the last rotation, the two teams that have just retired from races to try and save the horse and to earn an extra point will have to kick into gear.
I've got to be honest, Dan, this is not what I would do if I had a chance to race and go faster and increase that sort of space between you and second or third.
None of them thought about going for the speed trap either. They could have just bolted for the speed trap and then retired.
I'm a bit shocked at choosing to sit safely on their time. But that's how people race differently.
This is the game. This is part of the game. It's really good to see that
the teams actually.
And these guys will be loving it, won't they?
Because now they've just handed this team another opportunity to jump ahead. So now going to 25 miles an hour. These guys are still in the fight. They need to climb up. And the two teams before have basically said, have a go at it. But you're talking that to a team that's got 3 national championships under his belt.
And a new horse, Dan. So that's, I guess, why these teams are giving them a test here and throwing the gauntlet out.
Yeah, just be like, you go for it. So for the weave, one horse one side, border on the other side. Oh, a bit messy on the exit there. Horse kind of sort of trying to launch out. Currently this team has got 73.65. They need to get to the 67's time. They need to take 5 seconds off their previous time. Coming up towards the split time. Funny change of leg there. 41 seconds on the split as they come now into this. Aidan Beamish working really hard now and really trying to... They want to get up this table, ladies and gentlemen. It's time to call them home. It's crossing, open up the throttle now, across the diagonal, into horseboarding and UK flags, into the point.
Okay, good to that.
Oh, Briscoe Ben, 14 miles per hour, Aidan's digging deep. Johnny's working around you beautifully down this corner.
66,
get behind
67, 69, 70.68 seconds. And you can see the other teams kind of celebrating between themselves in a very friendly way, guys. This is all part of the sport.
It's racing.
Yeah, and it's all done friendly, but Chill Winston have not improved their position, which means now, what are Just Wing It and Blues and Twos going to do? Does Just Wing It want to take that point off Blues and Twos, or are they?
But they're not going to get second place, are they?
No, I would have thought there'd be a fight now, which would kick off for first place between the two teams that previously retired.
Oh, Sandy's rubbing his hands.
Oh.
Actually rubbing his hands. So, I mean, I guess that answers that question.
Yeah. So there's some communication going on between these two teams, like a colluding. There's some collusion going on here between these two teams. They've obviously got something planned. So here we go, sending signals now coming back into the arena with the table. And they are currently in third place. They didn't complete the last run. The fastest time so far, 71.28. That's their last time. Both of the other teams have retired. So if they can get a sub 63.63, they take first place and jump up to the top of the table. But let's just see if they can even catch up with all the gear that are currently in second. And they will mean 17 miles an hour. It does make a difference on this heat and this weekend to their finishing position. Making their way around this opening lap and ready to cut across towards the Jollies now. Do a nicer turn there from the horse rider, I thought. But you can see a lot of communication going on, which is more important really than the race that they're currently having. 25 seconds on the split. And coming into the chicane. Great bit of work. Now, this is the exiting the chicane is where the board rider got into a little bit of trouble the last time, but he just hasn't quite got to know how much pressure he's got to put in at what speed. That's what he's learning, isn't it? Now, falling diagonal through the horseboarding UK flights into the speed trap once again in Bruco Bend at 10 miles an hour. Wide line. You can see the horse rider looking after the board rider. She's got it. Now the throttle's building up, ladies and gentlemen. It's time to call them home because they're trying to get under the 60 seconds, 63 seconds through the finish line with a 61.75. They go into first place on their final run. Oh, what a run. Well done for them. A great bit of work.
On their first showdown, Sunday siblings have sent it.
And they are now, they took the lead by 1.88 seconds. 1.88 seconds. And they currently have 29 points over the weekend. And we have just dragged with 27 points so far over the weekend, and we have all the gear with 25 points over the weekend. So still a lot to fight for this afternoon. Now, let's see what's been going on here, Ross. This is one of the teams that gave away an opportunity to race in the second rotation, but they're back in now.
Look at Sandy, Dan, look at Sandy.
They're gearing up for something, aren't they? Now they might be trying, they are going for a fast run, ladies and gentlemen. And the throttle's out, they're going for the speed trap, I think. Speed trap at 26 miles an hour. It's a good bit of work. Board rider on the outside, throttling, full stride. The speed trap should be over that side of the ring. Now slowing down, brakes know to be on. Everybody needs to pay attention. Shortening the stride, got to make the right hand turn. Have they still got steering on board? Now going into the 3-cone weave, and it's clear. It's a really good run. 24 seconds so far. Now making this a lap around the arena. Tactical movements between these teams, and you can see the throttle is full out. This is red line, ladies and gentlemen. We are on maximum revs in the split at 36 seconds. Board rider down on the floor, carving into the chicane. Look at that.
Style all over the place. Sandy is just dropping it all over the course, shaking it wide, but finding it easy. His style is perfect.
Beautiful turn throw there. Beautiful turn. Horse rider calling the pony on. Now looking for the right hand turn into the speed trap at 18 miles an hour. Ladies and gentlemen, call them home. It's all the way for the finish. They're going for the first place. They want to take the bonus point off the team of Blues and Twos. This is where the fight, they were building up for it. 65, 96. I can't see the other table. 65.96 puts Just Wing It into first place. Whoa! And they take the bonus points off Blues and Twos.
Wow.
Oh, these teams now. So Blues and Twos
That's a
have just lost.
insult to Blues and Twos. Right there, slapped them down.
They have just lost 2 places to just 2 points to Just Wing It. One of those points they cannot get back. That bonus point is off the table now, and nobody can race for it. However, there is 1 point that they can get back. in Blues and Twos, who currently sits in second place by only 0.16 of a second. 0.16 of a second separates first and second place, ladies and gentlemen. Blues and Twos are going to be looking for 0.17 of a second to take first place back, and they can do that with your support. This is the last race, I believe. Yeah. And it's the throttles open already. Look at this pony go as the hydrofoil comes out. Speed trap at 28 miles an hour. It's a new track record here today. The 27 only lasts for 1 day here in Yorkshire. Now the throttle's coming back off again, and you can't get any more serious horseboarding than this. These are the best in the world in this, ladies and gentlemen. It's showing today. This is the height of this sport. My goodness, what a weave.
What a weave, unbelievable. This team are going right around the top end, just rocking it. This way this horse moves.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, that's very wide. That might cost them a bit of time, but they've gone back into line. Ryan resetting himself on the rope, digging in on his heel side as they come into the chicane.
The split time is around 35 seconds. Board rider very wide. This is so aggressive. How is he going to make this final turn? He's got to dig in. Has he got the grip? He's just inside the gates. Now the throttle openings on once again, across the diagonal, into the speed trap, into Bruco Bend, and 19 miles an hour. The throttle open again. Go, go, go. Ladies and gentlemen, call them home. It's time to hear you cheer. This is the one that goes for first place. And through the finish line, 63.44. Which means the Blues and Twos going back into first place. Wow. What a run, and what a fight those two teams just had. Amazing!
It's horseboarding, ladies and gentlemen. They're knocking each other down, they're giving each other high five as they come into the pits. What a couple of runs from those teams, and oh, that's absolutely so.
What a great bit of show that was. Let's have the advanced. Oh, sorry. Great bit of work there from all the teams, and so in the advance to the end, all of the No Idea came in third, Just Dragon came in second, and Send It Siblings came in first, who are currently leading the weekend 29 points to 27. In the next one, please. And then in the elite, Chill Winston came in fourth, Top and Tails in third, Just Wing It in second, and Blues and Twos in first. And what this means now is the Top and Tails, who just came in first, are second in the championship to Chill Winston by now only 5 points. They started this weekend off 12 points behind, so they are making progress in the championship. Ladies and gentlemen, let's have a big round of applause for all the teams of Horseboarding UK.
If you took any videos or photos